Harry, this is Lord Potato, and this is, well, what if Naruto was trained by Obito slash Tobi? Basically the same person, but yeah. Um, how I got this idea is, well, it wasn't that much, or mostly, or much of a request from, well, Simple or Obito. He's probably gonna be watching this. He's gonna say, no, I'm not Simple, but you know, we have him on Discord, and he is a Sith Lord. But not the point. We were basically talking on the stream last time, when I was streaming yesterday, and he was talking about, like, how Kakashi should have trained Naruto, because Naruto was more like Obito. So yeah. So I had a great idea to just do this. I know, random idea, but you know what? I'm gonna do it. So, let's begin. So we go into Naruto when the whole Chunin exams. Now, the Chunin exams will still go the same, everything will still go the same, but until the training month, the 1 month training. Now, of course, Naruto still asks Kakashi for training, but you know, Kakashi says, sorry, I gotta go train Sasuke. So, of course, how Kakashi has that whole mindscape of, like, if I train Sasuke because of my best friend, well, Obito Uchiha because he died because of my dumbass fault for not moving. Yeah. But yeah. So, of course, Kakashi just went to go train Sasuke. Now, there was a man seeing all this. A man with an orange mask and a red eye glowing from that mask. From that one hole. Seeing this, how Kakashi decides to leave the kid who was more like him when he was younger. But it seems that, well, Kakashi decides to pick the emo since it reminds him of himself. So of course we go into Naruto right now, just, well, POV, kind of like saddened the fact that Kakashi didn't train him. No one's gonna train him. He doesn't even have his, what's it called, chakra. His chakra's all fucked up because of Orochimaru, so yeah. Of course, it's where Naruto, he's just like, huh, what would I have to do? Kakashi won't train me. He even told me that I'm too weak, I should give up. What should I do? Huh. Damn, why does everyone hate me? Fuck. This life. This is where, well, Naruto just went into the forest. He was just sitting in the forest, I should have mentioned. Yeah, he was in, like, somewhat the forest outside the village, but yeah. And of course, this is where, well, Naruto's just complaining somewhat. He's just, like, sitting quiet and sad. And of course, this is where, well, someone with not even a cloak, someone with a green scarf, some armor, some sandals, mostly wearing all his clothes are kind of just black, except for the green scarf, a mask, and black hair appears. Yes, this is Obito slash Tobi. Tobi doesn't want to show up in the Itachi robe, cause, well, it will kind of be suspicious that an Itachi member is kind of helping out Naruto. So of course, this is where Tobi, who is Obito, says, "Hello there, kid. Are you okay?" This is where Naruto looks up and says, "Who are you?" This is where, well, Tobi says, "My name is Tobi. Baka no Tobi." No, never mind. But yeah, he says, "My name is Tobi. What is your name, kid?" This is where Naruto kind of likes the guy's kind of voice, how he, like, talks and all that. And kind of chuckles a little bit and says, "My name is Naruto Uzumaki. Nice to meet you, Tobi." Tobi was like, "Nice to meet you, Naruto Uzumaki. So, why so sad? Why so gloom? You should be smiling." And of course, he, like, does, like, the motion smiling, well, Tobi. And of course, this is where Naruto is just guessing that the person's smiling. He doesn't see through the hole that, well, the mask, the red eye and on it. But of course, this is where, well, Naruto he just, like, smiles happily. And of course, this is where Tobi says, "That's how you do it. Now, get up and let's, what should we do?" This is where, well, Naruto says, I should probably start training for the 1 month, since I'm gonna have to be fighting a Hyuga. And since my teacher will not, well, train me, I don't know what to do. This is where Tobi says, "Don't be so gloom. I'll help you train." And this is where Naruto says, are you a ninja? This is where Tobi says, of course I'm a ninja. I do some cool ninjutsu. He like throws the shuriken and misses the tree. He says, ignore that. This is where Naruto kind of smiles a little bit. This is where, well, Tobi just says, okay, so you want to do some cool ninjutsu? Naruto nodded. Then let's train. This is where, well, Naruto goes. And of course, this is where, well, Tobi is right now just bringing Naruto into the forest and all that. And saying, so, we're gonna first start out and doing chakra training. This is where Naruto says, sure. So of course he decides to like put his leg onto the tree, but of course he can't really like, well, be able to stick onto it or break the tree. And this is where Tobi noticed one thing. He says, hey kid, have you ever got a seal on your stomach or something? This is where, well, Naruto nodded and says that there was this kind of creepy man that put a seal on him, and now he can't use his chakra that well. Obito says, close your eyes, kid, and lift up your shirt. This is where, well, Naruto does, and this is where Tobi says, also put chakra into your stomach if you can. This is where Naruto does it, and of course, Obito knows that this Orochimaru does actually mess with the kid's chakra. This is where Obito says, even though I'm not a great expert in, well, Funjutsu, I still saw Kushina and Minato and everyone else use Funjutsu before. This is where, well, he decides to, well, unseal the chakra. He actually knows how to do it. And of course, he does it. He unseals the, well, what's it called? Fire element seal. And of course, this is where, well, Naruto's able now to flow his chakra and all that. This is where Obito says, so kid, is that okay? So this is where, well, Naruto can now climb up the tree and says, yeah. So of course, this is where, well, Obito says, next, we're actually going to be training in how to stand on water. Naruto goes, stand on what? Water. It's, how should I say, a cool ninja way for you to control your chakra. The way to, well, if you control your chakra well enough, you're able to, well, do cool ninjutsu without wasting so much of it. So Naruto tries. They go to like a waterfall in the stream and all that, and also that somewhat pond. And this is where, well, Obito does it so easily. He like stands on water and says, come on, kid. Well, not Obito, Tobi. He says, come on, kid, let's go. This is where Naruto tries. He like tries to do the hand sign to, well, not hand sign, one hand sign to try to concentrate with his chakra. And of course, he's managing for a little bit until Tobi just pokes him in the head. This is where Naruto falls down, but of course, Tobi grabbed his arm and says, are you okay? This is where Naruto gets angry and says, hey, what was that for? Tobi says, there's not much, let's see. You might need to concentrate a little too hard, yes, but in a battlefield, you might need to, like, well, let it flow. Don't concentrate, just let it flow. It's much easier if you just let it flow and not concentrate. Because in a battlefield, you need to, well, be very fast and active. This is where, well, Naruto nodded. So, he breathes in and out and goes to step on water. Of course, he isn't struggling as before and just keeps going. And of course, this is where, well, Obito says, whoop, here. This is where Naruto catches a stick and he says, what's this stick? Obito says, well, we're going to be training in you standing on water, of course, but also jumping around it. And not trying to get hit by the stick, okay? This is where, well, Naruto does it. So, of course, this is where Obito and Naruto are kind of fighting. Of course, Obito, since he's older and actually knows how to stand on water easier, he's able to be very flexible. And of course, the stick hits him. But of course, since Naruto is not trying to hurt this person, he is not like hitting him with full strength. Of course, this is where Obito, well, Tobi says, oh, come on, kid. Is that all you can hit? I mean, you hit like a girl. That's where Naruto gets angry and says, you want me to hit you? Fine, I'll hit you, bastard. This is where, well, Tobi says, yeah, like that. Of course, Naruto's swinging randomly. And of course, this is where Tobi is dodging. He's saying, that's good, kid. This is where, well, Naruto was keep doing that for like the whole day until when Naruto was kind of like since he kept like using chakra and all that, he was actually running out of chakra pretty fast. Or yeah, this is where he was actually when he tried to hit at Obito with the last strength of him, the last strength, and it was kind of getting dark. This is where Obito was. Oh, what Tobi says. That's good, kid. You almost hit me that time. This is where, he saw the kid fall down. Of course, this is where Tobi did grab him. This is where Tobi says, you did good, kid. This is where, Tobi decides to bring him towards the cave and all that because, Tobi is not allowed in the village. So, of course, he knows that, being in the village in public will kind of be very bad. Or very terrible for that. And since the Akatsuki members are right now dealing with some things, Tobi's actually able to be here. So yeah, of course, as well, Obito has actually been training Naruto for, a week straight. Naruto always wanted to know what's under the mask, but then he kind of feels like he shouldn't like grab Obito's mask or anything. So yeah, he just ignores the orange mask. Doesn't mind just this person named Tobi to train him. Of course, they kind of, Obito decided to train him in Fireball Jutsu to see if Naruto has a fire infinity, which Naruto was easy enough to actually learn it. So, of course, this is where, they are just training. Of course, this is where, Naruto went to attack at Obito with just a stick and still being in the water, training with the flow of chakra. Now, of course, he has gotten better in his chakra flow, Naruto, with training with Tobi. Of course, this is where Naruto has two sticks, and he's right now swinging at Obito. Now, Obito says, that's pretty good, kid. Pretty good. This is where Naruto managed to be sneaky attack and did a clone. Well, two clones. And two of his clones went to rush at Obito. Obito poof out both of the clones, realizing that one of those clones was actually the real Naruto, while the another clone tried to punch him from underneath. As it were, Obito said, it's very good, kid. Just, it's bad enough. He hits a kid, the clone actual, with this, second clone away. And of course, the one that was supposed to be a clone for Obito, he was thinking, was actually the real Naruto, and he swung his stick at, Obito, that actually hit him in the mask. The mask, flinging his mask off. This is where Tobi says, huh? And Obito just realized that his mask was not flung out. Was flung away. This is where Obito said, oh. He looks at Naruto, and Naruto says, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. This is where Tobi realized that, Obito realized that Naruto might have saw his real face, but Naruto doesn't care what he looks like. And that's where Obito kind of smiles a little bit. That's where Naruto started kind of being sad and all that, and kind of getting scared, saying, I'm sorry, please don't hurt me. This is where Naruto was kind of getting a flashback towards when he was younger, when he was kind of trying to play with kids, and then some grown-up beat him up. And this is where Naruto's getting sad, and that he actually didn't want to get hurt. This is where he closed his eyes, and this is where Obito, he did get his orange mask, but this is where he walks up to Naruto, grabbing him from the head. Not grabbing him tight or anything, just kind of lifting up his head a little bit and saying, it's okay, kid. As it were, Naruto smiles, but of course nothing happens. Naruto's eyes, his blue sapphire eyes, started changing because he was saddened, and of course, something happened. His eyes, they became a dark shade of blue Sharingan. A two tomoe in both of his eyes. This is where Obito was shocked, and this is where Obito looked at his eyes and said, have you... Huh? What is that? That's where Naruto says, wait, what is what? Please, don't hurt me. That's where Obito says, no, it's fine. Let me see your eyes. So, of course, looking at, Naruto's eyes, sees that the tomoes are actually not black, but such a kind of lightish, darkish blue. But, of course, Naruto's other, the color of the Sharingan is actually just a darkish, bluish color, like water. like if it was the ocean. This is where Obito kind of says, "Kid, do you know who your parents are?" Well, Obito already knew who his parents are. And of course, this is where Naruto says, "No, my Gigi never told me who was my parents." This is where Obito thinks about it. Was Minato Uchiha? Was who? What? So Naruto was actually, well, Naruto's someone Uchiha. This is where, well, when the Sharingan was unlocked, Naruto's hair started turning kind of black a little bit. This is where, well, Obito says, "Huh, seems like your hair is turning black." This is where Naruto says, "Wait, what? Huh?" This is where, well, Obito says, "Calm down, calm down." This is where, well, Naruto says, "How am I becoming how is my hair becoming black, and why is my eyes different from any normal eyes? Am I a monster?" Wait, not the, what's it called? Tomoya's Sharingan are not like this bluish color. Instead, they're red. Right now, Obito says, "You're not a monster, okay? Don't think that." This is where Naruto says, "Then how is this possible?" Obito just says, "Just take a rest. I'll figure this out." This is where Naruto thinks about it and says, "Yeah, sure." This is where Obito did kind of stick what's it called? Kind of pull out a syringe and says, "I might need to take a little bit of your blood, Naruto." Naruto nodded. This is where, well, Obito says, "Don't worry, I'll come back in a few days. You just keep training in, well, your chakra flow and other things, okay?" This is where, well, Naruto nodded and says, "Okay, bye, Tobi." This is where Tobi just realized, well, that Naruto didn't realize for his real name or anything. So, of course, he just went and disappeared. He put on back his orange mask and left. We go fast forward into Obito in a cave. Somewhat. A cave with Madara's DNA and also his DNA. And kind of has, well, a doctor. He just kept it. He just, what's it called? Not doctor. What's it called? Well, computer right in front of him. Right now, he's looking at the DNA of Naruto. Finds out that, well, Naruto's father, Minato Namikaze, is not actually Minato Namikaze. That's not his father. Naruto's real, well, father is actually the grandson, or not the grandson, the son of, well, Madara, Obito's father. Right now, he found out that Naruto's actually a half-brother of his. He is shocked to find out that, well, he did knew that he was somewhat connected to Madara a little bit. Find out that somewhat Madara to say that you are, well, my grandson and all that. But then finding out that, well, Naruto's actually his, well, half-brother. Naruto's actually an Uzumaki Uchiha, while Obito is just a full-blooded Uchiha. It seems that, well, Obito's father might have had a drunken time with Kushina, because, well, Minato was friends with, what's it called, Obito's father, before, well, yeah, Obito's father and all, and yeah, was kind of friends, before, well, Obito's father and, well, both of Obito's parents, like, died in a war and all that, and yeah. So, of course, this is where Obito was kind of shocked to find out that, well, his little brother, the one that he's been training, actually unlocked a Sharingan. That's actually different from the actual normal Sharingan. It could be just a mixture because of the Uchiha blood and the Uzumaki blood. But he doesn't know. But he's happy to know that, well, he has a family member. A family member that's been tortured for so long. That which made him mad. Even madder since what's called Kakashi decided to train what's called Sasuke instead of his little brother, which pissed him off a lot. This is where, well, Obito just said, if I can, what would those Sharingans even give him? Then the Uzumakis were very powerful. Extracting the nine tails from Naruto would be easy, because he wouldn't die, because the Uzumakis live long, even if the tail beast was extracted from him. Kushina was the same. If No. Should I? He's right now thinking in his head and saying, no, I don't want to kill him. If this is now my actual brother, I shouldn't kill him. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. You know what? Breathe, Obito. Just train him. Maybe you can change his mind from becoming Hokage to helping you. Just explain that you're... Yes, I can explain to him that he was never alone. That I was... Yeah. This is where Obito just puts on his mask and disappears from that, well, cave. Taking the vials with him and yeah. This is where, well, Obito says, well, we go into, well, a couple of days has passed. Naruto has just been training, kept training, using fire style and using his clones. But yeah. Obito also kind of took some chakra paper from some stores because he's actually wondering what elements would Naruto be able to have. But yeah. So, of course, we go into, well, Naruto. So, Naruto just training using Fireball and using, well, Fireball on the water. And, of course, he actually realized that he isn't wasting, like, a lot of chakra and using the Fireball or on his clones or anything. And, yeah, he's actually gotten better in using, well, the flow of his chakra. So, this is where, well, Obito appears out of nowhere. Behind some trees, because he did use Kamui, but not to appear right in front of Naruto. And Naruto has kind of trained a little bit with his Sharingan a little bit. He found out with his Sharingan that he can actually, well, be able to, well, see attacks much slower and also see something different from a normal Sharingan. He sees the water, and he can actually manipulate the water without using any hand signs when he activates his Sharingan. It seems that like a whirlpool will actually appear and like a water sword appeared. Whichever sword that Naruto was thinking of, like any kind of sword, Naruto was just thinking of a stick. But then he thought of a sword, like a katana. And of course, this is where it activated. And the special ability. Of course, the sword looked like it was just made out of water. But of course, it wasn't like fragile or anything like that. So, of course, this is where, well, Naruto is actually going to, well, just train and all that. This is where, well, he's just trained with the water sword. And this is where Obito is impressed. He never seen that before. He's just thinking from the Sharingan that Naruto has. It's probably from that. This is where he says, hey, Naruto. Naruto looks up and says, Tobi. This is where, well, Naruto runs to Tobi. And of course, this is where, well, he hugs Tobi. Because he was kind of worried what happened to Tobi. This is where Tobi, well, Obito inside his mask was smiling gently. Saying, my dear little brother. He can feel the warmth from his little brother. He's like, This is where Tobi's, now he just like, well, Naruto, I need to tell you something. This is where Naruto said, yes, Tobi? I found out that you're somewhat my little brother. Isn't that great news? This is where Naruto was shocked and said, you're my little brother? I mean, not little brother, you're my older brother? But where have you been? Why did you leave me? This is where Obito said, sorry about that, Naruto. It was just, well, how should I say? It was just, it was a misunderstanding. I didn't want to leave you. I didn't even know you were here in this Leaf Village. I am from the Rain Village. I just didn't know you were here. I didn't know if I had a little brother or not. You know, since the Uchiha Massacre, I kind of ran. I didn't know. I'm sorry, Naruto. This is where Naruto kind of smiles and says, at least you're here. That's all that matters. You're here and you're actually training me. I'm so happy that you're actually here. And Obito says, yeah, I'm here. So, I want you to put chakra into these papers. That's where Naruto says, okay. This is where he, like, put chakra into the papers. And this is something happens. Well, it cuts into three pieces. One, it wrinkles, but it, like, turns into darkish blue, and it just wrinkles. One, it turns into crimson red flames and burns. And the other, well, it was, well, the last one just decides to, crinkle up with lightning, with a very lightish blue of lightning. This is where, well, it was such a kind of bright blue of lightning, it was mistaken to be white. This is where, well, Obito says, huh, a very strong wind infinity, a very strong fire infinity, a very strong water infinity, and a very strong lightning infinity. So, you are strong, little brother. That's where, well, Naruto says, whoa, did I do good, older brother? This is where it's kind of difficult for him to say older brother because he really never thought he had a sibling or anything like that. Especially someone who's older. And this is where Obito said, yeah, of course. Of course you did good. Huh. Hey Naruto. Do you have anyone that you like? Or in this village? That's where Naruto explains that he has some people he cares about. He says that he likes Sakura Haruno, but for some reason hates him. And Obito says that's not love, Naruto. That's just hatred. She doesn't like you. I'm sorry, little brother, but you gotta find someone else. This is where Naruto takes that to heart, and because he's learning a lot from his older brother, he just takes it as an opinion, well, not an opinion, as an actual thing that he has to do, and he just nods to his older brother and says, got it. And then this is where he then talks about Sasuke Uchiha, but how he's kind of emo and he doesn't know if he can actually be friends with him or anything, or they can be friends. That's where Obito says, that's not a rival. That's just, well, he doesn't like you at all. You should probably get someone else, someone that's way nicer and becoming your rival. Like me. Well, I'm a little older, so pick someone else that's from your own age. Naruto nodded. As it were, well, then it was, well, Naruto talked about Shikamaru, Choji, Ino, everyone from, well, the Konoha 12, well, not Konoha 12, mostly like Hinata and all that, and even Bushy Eyebrow, but he was kind of hurt. And the other somewhat senseis, not really, he didn't like them that much, but yeah. Especially Asuma, because he just smoked a lot. And then he talked about Kakashi Hatake, and how Naruto just became a lot quieter because of Kakashi. This is where Obito kind of grit his teeth and says, don't worry about that. You don't need to talk about that. Talk about people that actually care about you. This is where, well, Naruto only explains that there's some people that care about him. The old man, Gigi, the old man, Taiuchi, and his daughter, I forgot his daughter's name. Aruka Sensei, and that's all. As where Obito realized that Naruto doesn't have that many people. It's where Obito says, what about me? You just found out I was your older brother. Wouldn't that count as one of your people to care? This is where Naruto light up and say, yes, of course. Of course, you will be one of the people that I care about a lot. And this is where, well, Obito just hugs him again and says, come on, let's go get ice cream. This is where, well, Naruto nodded. But of course, instead of going into the Leaf Village to get ice cream, instead of that, well, they do go into the Leaf Village. Obito noticed the glares from the villagers at Naruto. He thought it was just towards him because, well, he's having an orange mask and all that. And of course, well, since no one actually knows that he's a part of the Akases, no one actually glares at him. This is where, well, Obito's getting mad and wants to just kill all the villagers that glare at his little brother. This is where, well, Naruto kind of gets saddened, but this is where Obito says, come down, let's go. We're close to the ice cream shop, right? This is where Naruto nodded. This is where when they get into the ice cream shop, the owner kind of glares at Naruto and then asks Obito, what can I get for you? This is where, well, Obito says, "Can I get 2 double chocolate dip ice cream?" This is where the owner nodded, and this is where Tobi does pay. And this is where, well, Tobi then leaves with Naruto. They go back to the forest, and of course, Naruto's kind of saddened while eating his ice cream. This is where Obito says, "Ignore them. They're nothing but a bunch of cowards that only hate a little kid." This is where, well, Naruto then says, "Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're always right, older brother." This is where Obito smiles a lot more. This is where, well, Naruto says, "But, older brother, why aren't you part of the Leaf Village?" This is where Obito just explains about the Uchiha massacre and how he kind of ran out. He didn't know anyone lived, and he didn't want to deal with Itachi Uchiha. And of course, this is where Naruto nodded and then says, "Oh, I see. But since Itachi's not here, does that mean you can stay back?" It's where Obito says that he has an important mission in the Rain Village. Since there's kind of war in the Rain Village, he's trying to help them out for bringing peace. Some lies, but it's really not a lie that much, but yeah. This is where Naruto nodded and says, "That's so cool. You're gonna be a hero. Someone to protect the village and all that." This is where Obito nodded. He says, "Yeah, I have a dream to bring peace." Naruto, serious question. Well, not serious question, serious answer. For my name isn't Tobi. My name is actually Obito Uchiha. And you're an Uchiha. So that makes you, well, my little brother, right? This is where Naruto says, "You're not Tobi?" This is where Obito says, "I couldn't really trust you. I didn't like trusting people that much." And Naruto says, "But since you found out I'm your little brother, you trust me more, right?" And Obito nodded. This is where Obito does take off his mask and says that, "Yeah, I trust you more. I just don't trust that many people. Because, Itachi." He just blames everything on Itachi because, he has to lie to his little brother so he won't actually drag him into the Akatsuki. He doesn't want to accidentally or send his little brother to death. So, of course, where Obito then says, "I don't know who your actual mother is, but I know who our father is. His name was Kaio Uchiha." This is where, well, Naruto says, "Whoa, Kaio Uchiha, that's interesting." Also, I should mention one thing. Naruto's hair has become kind of more black, but no one actually noticed it. They noticed because of how Naruto's jumpsuit is still orange. This is where, well, Obito also says, "I also brought more clothing. I don't want you to just keep wearing orange. That's still somewhat of a suicide jump and all that." And this is where Naruto also takes it to heart. But Obito starts talking more about Kaio and the Uchiha. Kaio Uchiha was, well, a very powerful man. He was strong in the Uchiha clan, but he died during the war from a stone ninja. This is where, well, Naruto's kind of sad and his father died. Then he asked for his mother. This is where Obito says, "That's the reason why I actually don't know. I don't know who our mother actually is." Well, Obito does know a little bit about his mother. It's just, well, it was somewhat Madara's, yeah, you know what I'm saying. Not Madara's. Obito's mother was just in Uchiha. And of course, Madara's grandson, or not grandson, son was basically both Naruto and Obito's father. But yeah, it isn't Minato. Minato just got the actual rep. But yeah. This is where, well, Naruto nodded, and this is where he was talking about Kaio, and this is great, blah blah blah, this and that. How he was strong in fire jutsu and even lightning jutsu. And this is where Naruto's just guessing that his mother was great in water and wind. Obito says that it's usually not a specific type of, well, to the parents to actually give the elements towards their kids. Usually it's the kids' just natural ability to be able to use the elements more naturally. Usually not the parents' DNA or anything like that. Naruto nodded. And then Naruto asked what Obito can use. Obito said that he can use, well, fire and somewhat um, lightning a little bit. This is where Naruto kind of chuckles and says, "So, am I so much stronger than you, older brother?" This is where Obito says, "You might be stronger, Peep Squid, but you're still weaker than me because you don't have experience." This is where, well, Naruto says, "Don't call me a Peep Squid." And this is where Obito says, then grows taller. You're basically 4'9". You're smaller than me. You're a cute little baby. I don't want my little baby Jenny to die." This is where, well, Naruto gets angry and says, "I'll show you how to become taller in the future." This is where Obito smiles and says, "Okay, then let's make that promise. I want you to be at least 6'1" when you're older." This is where Naruto says, 6'1", that means I'm 4'9". That means he's right now confused and trying to make math decisions and all that. And Obito just says, don't overthink it, little brother. You will definitely get to that height in no time. This is where, well, Naruto nodded. This is where Obito says, "At that time, you must stop eating ramen and eat your vegetables." Naruto just says, "Vegetables, no." This is where Obito says, "And since I'm your older brother, I'm gonna make you eat vegetables every day until the, well, final tuning exam." This is where Naruto says, can I just eat some ramen?" "No." This is where, well, Naruto says, "Okay, fine, older brother." So, we go into the 1 month time skip. Well, yeah, the 1 month. We go into Naruto. His clothing has changed. He basically has a black jacket, so it's like a hoodie jacket and all that. Black hoodie jacket. He also has 2 swords that Obito did bottom, or not bottom, buy them, and also black, what's it called? Black, somewhat loose pants, and of course, what's it called? Black sandals. Of course, his hair is all black, and it's kind of gotten a little bit longer. His headband is, well, yeah, it's kind of blue because, yeah, or black and all. Also, Naruto, what's it called? The 2 blades, I should mention how they look like later, but yeah. Of course, also Naruto's eyes has actually evolved to the 3 Tomoe because he was trained with Obito, and Obito did train him to the hardest point for him to actually unlock the 3 Tomoes. And yeah, of course, this is where, well, Naruto's able to use water creation. He can use, what's it called, water out of thin air from the moisture, like the second Hokage. He can also, what's it called, his water is not just normal blue. It's not a normal blue color like normal people. It's a dark blue. Of course, we go into, what's it called, his fire. His fire, of course, is crimson red and it's hotter than normal flames. It can probably rival that of the Amaterasu, or probably white flames. Naruto was actually realizing that he can actually add more, what's it called, chakra into the red crimson flames, so actually making them white, which Obito was shocked with that and amazed. Obito did, what's it called, teach him some like fire jutsu and all that, and also some small lightning jutsu that Obito might have, and try to get some water scrolls and also some, what's it called, wind scrolls, but you know, he's gonna find wind scrolls that many in the Leaf Village, so he went to the Sand Village to take some wind scrolls. He doesn't care. He's an Esric ninja. He just didn't care. He just said, "Oh, I just found him. Yeah, I found him, Naruto. Please believe me, little brother. I didn't take them from anyone." Naruto, he believes it because, yeah. And of course, well, Naruto, his wind saw is actually a darker kind of wind, what's called darker gray. I don't know why I say darker wind. Darker gray because his wind saw is way powerful than normal. And also his lightning style, he's actually quicker than normal lightning users. He can actually add lightning chakra so easily to his body. Like if he's actually using the, what's called, lightning armor, like the Raikage, like A or anything like that. But of course, his lightning armor is so much faster. He can also put it into his legs and just be very fast, like the Flash. He can also use his lightning, what's it called, lightning around him to kind of protect him, because it's like an armor, of course. And of course, he can also just throw his punches. If he just adds lightning into his like fists and all that, or into his like hands and all that, he can move his fists really fast, knocking people straight to the ground. So yeah. Of course, we go into his wind style. He can make a wind barrier. So of course, he can make a wind barrier without doing any hand signs. It will be like the Hyuga technique, but instead of like moving around with his body, just wind manipulation. He actually learned that from some of the scrolls that Obito gave him, because Obito kind of grabbed some scrolls from, well, that were kind of S rank for, what's it called? Well, the Sand Village. And it was just some scrolls how to manipulate the wind without using hand signs that much. Natural wind. Of course, his water, he was just learned because some of the, what's called, S rank scrolls. Of course, Obito did remove all like the little tags that said S rank and all, and just wanted to see if Naruto was able to learn them. And Naruto was so much of a genius to actually learn them. Of course, his fire jutsus are very strong. He even learned Majestic Flame Destroyer from Obito. So yeah. It worked well. Of course, with that happening, it worked well. Naruto did learn Majestic Flame Destroyer, and of course it burned through a lot of things. So yeah. Of course, with that happening, his eyes, yeah, I already mentioned they have 3 tomoe and all that. And also he actually became a little taller from eating a lot of vegetables and training with, well, Obito. Obito made sure that he's actually strong enough to actually knock out someone. And actually did train him in a taijutsu that's actually more advanced than, well, his normal taijutsu that was just random punches. This taijutsu is called, well, the, what's it called? Dragon Fist Taijutsu. So yeah. It just, well, what's it called? It actually is pretty good with his wind and fire infinity, because he would just add wind into his hands to make sharp claws, and then add fire to make them burning sharp claws. So he can claw at people and also just jump around with his lightning, and also kind of use the wind to kind of fly a little bit. So yeah, and glide. So yeah. Dragon Claw Fist, or yeah, Dragon Claw. You want to just kind of call it that, Dragon Claw. So of course, this Dragon Claw was actually something that Obito actually also took from another place. Yeah, mostly took. He was trying to look for a great summoning style for Naruto to learn, and he found the dragon summoning style from, well, Pain that had him kind of take a lot of summoning styles from things and all that. So of course, this dragon summoning was good for Naruto, that he took it, and even the fighting style, and decided to give it to Naruto. Naruto actually, well, kind of became good friends with the dragon. At first, it was kind of bad, but then he started kind of, well, warming up to the dragon summoner, or not summoner, the summoning. And of course, this is where, well, with that happening, Naruto and, well, the dragon became kind of good friends. Naruto is pretty funny, and the dragon kind of liked the kid. Of course, hates Obito for the fact that he took it without permission, and Obito kind of chuckled a little bit slowly. But yeah. The dragon says that he can summon any dragon from different heights, sizes, or even elements. So yeah. This is where, well, Naruto nodded, and yeah. Now, of course, with that happening, he has all that. Now, his genjutsu can be better, but he only uses genjutsu with his eyes. Because, well, Obito says, genjutsu are pretty good if you're fighting against Itachi. I mean, you can probably break out of it. And yeah, I should probably teach you that. And so, of course, Obito wanted to teach him some genjutsu, but found out that Naruto can barely use it because of the Nine Tails. And Obito says, gotta really get rid of that Nine Tails. Not the point. Couldn't really learn what's called genjutsu. And then when it comes to funjutsu, so basically sealing jutsu, Obito just what's it called, gave Naruto some basics of funjutsu, just to seal some things away, like food or anything, or food pills or whatever. The food pills. So yeah, or like his weapons. So of course we go into the final Chunin exam. Everyone is excited. Also, before what's called the final Chunin exam, it was like one day. And of course, both Obito and Naruto were just talking. This is where some gang boss leader and also what they call some of his crewmates appeared. And it says, "Are you Naruto Uzumaki?" Naruto nodded. This is where the boss leader say, you better give up against the Hyuga because I pay a lot of money. This is where Obito says, don't worry, you just keep with your training. Naruto says, are you sure? Yeah, I'm sure. Obito appears right now, just cutting through all the, what's it called? There weren't even ninjas, there were just like low-ranking thugs and all that. And this is where the boss leader said, have mercy? This is where Obito says, I will only have mercy if you pay me all your money. This is where the boss leader says, no, I won't. And this is where he says, then die. This is where the boss leader says, never mind. So yeah, Naruto has now tons of money from that one incident. But yeah, Obito is just being an older, protective brother. So yeah. So of course we go into the final Chunin exam. We go into, well, everyone just wondering where is Naruto and Obito. Well, not Naruto and Obito. Naruto. Because the Hyuga was saying, he probably gave up and ran away. This is where Shikamaru says, this is such a drag. Sasuke says, he probably gave up and ran away. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah. But yeah. Of course, Naruto was right now kind of late towards the Chunin exams because of his brother kind of like trying to tell him, you better do good, blah, 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 and just hugging him and just saying, don't die, little brother. Kick that shit out of that Hyuga and all that. So, of course, Naruto's running towards what's called the Chunin exam, but of course he bumped into someone with, well, black hair and, well, two different color eyes. Well, yeah. No, wait. Actually, her hair is black and her eyes are red, and he say, what the hell? Why the hell did you bump into me? Can you slow down when you're running or something? Naruto says, oh, I'm sorry about that. And of course, he kind of uses his hand to get her up in it. And of course, he says, I'm just late for the tuning. I'm sorry about that. This is where the girl says, it's okay, hey, Jesus Christ, slow down next time. Or you're going to hit someone else and knock them over, blah, blah, blah. This is where Naruto chuckles slowly. He says, sorry about that. This is where Naruto says, Naruto, well, my name is Naruto Uzumaki. Because he was kind of told by, well, what's it called, Obito, not to tell anyone about his Uchiha, what's it called, well, yeah, Uchiha status. Especially the Imano. This is where Naruto nodded. But this is where Naruto says, what about my black hair and, well, my eyes kind of being still sapphire? Who cares about that? Also, make sure you burn the Hyuga into nothing but a nice, crispy chicken. This is where Naruto says, that's mean, brother. This is where Obito says, but am I wrong? You should definitely burn him. He's the one to hurt that one girl that, well, was nice to you, right? Because Naruto did tell him about the story and all that. And of course, this is where, well, Naruto thinks about it and says, I see. Then I will burn him. This is where Obito smiles and says, okay, then good luck. This is where, well, Naruto then smiles and says, okay, bye. And yeah. This is where, well, the girl says, my name is Raven Yami. Nice to meet you, Naruto Uzumaki. This is where Naruto kind of shakes her hand and says, yeah, thank you. Well, I have to leave. I have to keep running. This is where Raven just says, just slow down and try not to bump into other people. Jesus Christ, he gave me a headache. Naruto says, oh, I'm sorry. This is where Naruto, he activated his Dojutsu, but of course Raven didn't see it. And of course, this is where Naruto, he kind of put his hands on, well, Raven's forehead. And this is where, well, blue chakra, but it was a deeper kind of color blue, appeared. And of course, this is where, well, not a deeper color blue. It was like a kind of turquoise kind of color blue. And of course, started healing her forehead. Of course, this is where, well, Raven blinked a little bit, sees Naruto's eyes, and kind of were freaked out from the eyes. And that's where Naruto said, you didn't see anything, right? That's where Raven says, what were those eyes? They look like the Sharingan. No. That was just a genjutsu. Sorry about that. I'm still learning genjutsu, so of course, that might have scared you on acting, blah, 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 blah. And yeah, this is where Raven was about to say something else. On Naruto just say, but you're fun, right? This is where Raven says, yeah, but your eye. This is where Naruto disappeared. This is where Naruto says, shit, that was bad. I should probably talk to her later and tell her not to tell anyone. Well, fuck, never mind that. Gotta get to the, what's it called, arena. So, yeah. This is where, well, the proctor was saying, we'll wait here for 5 minutes. If Naruto Uzumaki does not come, then we were disqualified. Sasuke is saying, oh, that useless bastard is not going to come because he is not going to be strong as Sasuke-kun, blah, blah, blah. That trash game was talking a lot of mad shit. But, yeah. This is where we go into, well, Shikamaru saying, well, isn't that your teammate though? Don't you have to believe in your teammate? Ino said the same thing in Choji. And this is where, well, Sasuke says, I don't need to believe in him. He's just a loser. This is where Hinata's kind of angry. But of course, she can't do anything. Kiba, he's kind of annoyed. And then he says, shut the fuck up. At least he kicked the shit out of me. What can you do? You lost because you're fucking useless. You pink-headed trash can. Look at your fucking forehead. It's bigger than half the fucking village. Shut the fuck up. This is where, well, Sasuke got angry, but kind of also got embarrassed. And this is where, was kind of gonna laugh and all that. But then she had it to be kind of respectful. But yeah. This is where, well, Shino was like, you don't need to be that rude. What's it called? Kiba. Kiba says, well, that bitch should have deserved what it was coming because how rude she is. It's her teammate. Goddamn, what a useless bitch. This is where, well, Naruto appears right behind him. And of course, well, Naruto, he says, hey, Shikamaru, am I late? This is where Shikamaru says, no, Naruto, you're not late. He turns around and says, Naruto, why are you sitting here? Get down there. This is where Naruto says, all right, sorry about that. Shikamaru noticed one thing. Naruto's hair is black, and his clothes are different. And he's also taller. Ino looks at this and says, who is that? She's not having hearts in her eyes. This is where Shikamaru says, I'm guessing that's Naruto. This is where Ino says, that's Naruto? Everyone looks at Naruto's like new clothing, new hair. And of course, Naruto says, yo, I guess? But yeah, Naruto jumps over the railing and jumps down and says, yo, I'm here to fight, guy that talks too much shit and doesn't want to fight. This is where, what's it called, Neji has a tick mark and says, what? This is where Naruto says, you heard me, you fucking prick. This is where Neji says, start the match, Proctor. I'm gonna fucking send this man straight with, well, what his freaking destiny was before. This is where, well, the Proctor says, whatever. And yeah, everyone was shocked to see Naruto's hair color being different, his clothes being different, and yeah. And of course, he has a hoodie, that's why. I forgot to mention, he has it on, but yeah. Of course, well, not on, he has it like behind him, and yeah. But of course, this is actually where I'm gonna leave it off for part 1. Part 2 will be whenever, but yeah. I'm gonna leave it off here. Have a nice potato day, potato night, potato seed, potato.